Welcome back. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, anxiety affects 40 million adults in the United States. Our next guest says there may be a way to reveal and treat the underlying cause. Here with more, please welcome back the founder and CEO of Hotze Health and Wellness Center, Dr. Stephen Hotze.
Thank you, Deborah.
All right. And when we say those 40 million Americans are affected, we all experience anxiety to some degree. You have a test that you're not prepared for, you have to give a speech, whatever. But this is when it really starts to impact your life in a negative way.
Well, that's right. And what is anxiety? Well, it's a worry, it's a concern, it's an apprehension that people have, it's an uneasiness, it's a fear, it's a nervousness that they have, and it can have a real cause.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
If you're a student in school, you're worried about your grades. If you're a mom, you're worried about your kids. If you're a coach on a football team or play on a football team, you're concerned about the game. A lot of reasons we can be anxious. We can be anxious about our finances. We can be anxious about raising our husbands if we're wives. We can be anxious about... Why are they laughing at that?
Right. But of course, the thing is,
why do they laugh at that?
So a natural feeling, a normal feeling to have.
Sure, it's okay to have those feelings. In fact, we have to have, and it's caused by stress. We got to have stress in our lives to get up. Otherwise, there's no reason to get.
Yeah. It gets our attention.
You know, you had to come to work today. So did I. There's a little stress. We got to get up and get going. Okay, but there's another type of stress and anxiety, or just an anxiety that people have this. For no apparent reason, they feel this uneasiness. Maybe
or
even
it's animated. It's just exponential.
Or they feel agitated. They feel worried, and it goes beyond normal response to a situation.
And this is where we see some people who get in trouble with drug abuse because they're trying to quiet that anxiety.
Well, that's right. And this is what happens. So, and this is more common in women than it is in men. And there's a reason for that. It's because hormones adversely affect a person's...
and women more so than men.
They're neurotransmitters in the brain. The hormones affect that. So when women try to balance out their hormones during the month as they march through their menstrual life, as their hormone levels change, it can cause some anxiety and even panic attacks and an impending doom, an overwhelming sense of impending doom. And we'd see this in an emergency room. Women would come in, their hearts would be racing, they'd be sweating, and they can't breathe. You know, and you do tests on them, and the doctors this is what they used to say. They have globus hystericus.
You're hysterical.
They're
Stop
hysterical.
being a woman, right?
Well, that's what they say. And what they end up doing now is they put them on antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications.
And that's just to treat a symptom as opposed to getting to the cause. All right, so let's talk about adrenal fatigue is one reason why.
Well, when you're under stress, your adrenal glands want to produce cortisol. Cortisol is your anti-stress hormone. And as you get older and then you're under a lot of stress, the adrenal glands become fatigued. So that can adversely affect your ability to handle stress in your life. If you have a low thyroid condition, thyroid enables your body to produce GABA, which is gamma-aminobutyric acid, GABA, and that helps calm the brain. But if we don't make enough thyroid, our cellular functions down, and then we don't have enough GABA to keep the brain calmed down.
So I know when my hypothyroidism was not diagnosed yet, I was always on edge. I always thought something bad was about to happen.
Right.
And then I couldn't sleep, and then I'd fall asleep during the day, and so it was this vicious cycle. But that feeling was awful. And again, doctors would say, "Well, here, we'll give you this prescription for this problem, this prescription to help you sleep."
Well, they give you sleep medication, anti-anxiety medication, and antidepressant. Well, then the other thing, low progesterone levels. Progesterone is the hormone of the second half of the month. As that declines as women mature, and it can happen right after childbirth. So some women get postpartum depression, and that's from low progesterone levels. If a woman has low estrogen levels as she marches through her menopause, that can also cause anxiety.
Yeah, and also estrogen dominance as well.
Well, so estrogen dominance is just the other side of the coin of progesterone deficiency.
Yeah.
You follow that? And then finally, low testosterone level, even in women. Women make a little bit of testosterone, men do too. So men can have anxiety and concern as they age, as their hormone level of testosterone declines. They can tend to become very anxious and very, very concerned and worried about their future.
So the key with all of this is that you're experiencing that type of anxiety to know why. Okay,
exactly.
So there are some doctors who will write the prescription to address the symptoms, as I mentioned, but what you all do is kind of look at the whole body and see what's not...
Well, we know this, is that men and women, as they march through their lives, they make hormones. Hormones enable our cells to function correctly. As the hormone levels go down, it affects all the cells in the body and the brain function. So we know that if we can replenish the hormones, put back the normal hormones that our body used to make in adequate amounts and balance them out, then that helps with normal brain function. And you don't take antidepressants. You don't have to take anti-anxiety medication. You don't have to take sleep medication because your body's...
As you always say, you're not deplete in Prozac.
Right.
You might be deplete in thyroid, but not in...
Nobody has Prozac deficiency. There's no such thing.
Yeah. All right. And then we just saw the front of your office right there. So when you go there, the other thing, too, is when you walk in the doors, you realize that you're not going to just be in and out, that you are there to look at the whole person and listen. That's the way that you help diagnose is to listen.
Well, that's exactly what our providers do. And on an initial visit, a guest will spend 4 or 5 hours there and have an opportunity to talk about what the problems are they have, and we listen so we can help make the proper diagnosis with blood tests on top of that as well.
Yeah, what I love is that you can be upstairs talking to a doctor. While you're doing that, the doctor is relaying that information to whoever needs to, the pharmacist. Yes, when you walk downstairs, you can walk out with your vitamins, you can walk out with your hormones, and be on the way to wellness. And you get just to ask questions, too.
The real key is this, do you want to be drugged up for the rest of your life, or do you want to replenish naturally your underlying hormone deficiency? And to me, you got 2 choices. You either do it pharmaceutical drugs, which only mask a problem, or you treat the underlying cause, which is hormonal decline.
Helps you kind of push that restart button and be at your optimum.
There you go.
All right. Well, Dr. Hotze has written 2 books about hormones and hypothyroidism. Visit hotzehwc.com/GDH to get your free copies today. All you have to pay is the shipping. And everyone in our live studio audience is going home with a copy of Hypothyroidism, Health, and Happiness. And for more information about Hotze Health and Wellness Center, call this number. It is 888-473-5531, 888-473-5531. I told you my goal was to age backwards.
That's right. You're
I'm
looking
getting
mighty
younger
good
every day. All right, we'll be right back.